happy anniversary. This is Bill Apter, and I thank you so much. I follow you guys, as you know. You bring back so much of what I did in my career, showing all the classic magazine covers and stories. So happy anniversary from me, wonderful Willie, and all the Apter chatters out there. And I'll see you at Wrestler Weekly.
October 26th, Salmon 2, NWALiveEvents.com. That's where you get your tickets now. The Country Gentleman versus the Slime Balls. Okay, I'm going right for the Slime Balls, and now AJ Kazana, you want to come after the Prodigy of professional wrestling to tell my daddy that I'm going to have one less child. Now, Kazana, I don't know my daddy, but I know yours. And I know that my coach broke your daddy's nose. And you see, October 26th, your daddy's going to be disappointed in you. Your daddy's going to kick you to the curb, and he's not going to want you anymore. But that's okay, Kazana boys. Guess what? I'll be your new daddy.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestler Weekly Presents, a brand new segment that we're going to be doing. And my co-host here, Mike Leotis, you know him from Wrestler Weekly Conversations, among many other shows on our platform. But today we have a special guest, and I will tell you, he names himself the Prodigy of professional wrestling, among other things, and he's not lying. Matter of fact, I've got a 4-year-old daughter, Piper, and we just sat for the last hour, Little M, and we watched every video that you have, and my daughter really loved the way that you can get up off the mat without touching the mat with your hand. So she's going to be doing that, I think, all day long with her gymnastics and dance classes. She's learned a new move. But I'd like to welcome Little M to our show today. How you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing great. I really appreciate you saying that. Yeah, anyone can kip up. All you gotta do is just kip on up.
That's right. That's right. Mike, welcome.
Hey, good to be here. It's nice to have a new segment and to feature an up and coming protege in pro wrestling. And Scottie, as you know, and we'll let the world know, he is quite the mentor in pro wrestling, quite a legend.
Absolutely. And I guess let's start off. I mean, Little M, you are a student, if you will, at the Universal Wrestling College, and my great friend, who I speak to, I guess, at least once a day, if not twice a day. I'm talking about Universal Heartthrob Austin Idol. Tell us about that experience.
Well, I mean, the past 2 years have almost been a movie. It seems, it's going by quicker than I thought it would. My first day when I came there, I was, my hands were just trembling. I'm terrified just walking into this place, and I see the ring and I see Austin, and then Austin just opens me with, open arms, lets me in. It's been quite probably my favorite 2 years of my life. Just going there every Saturday, training, bumping around, and and meeting all these new cats that come in. There's new faces, there's new everything, and it's just a great time, man. It's a great time. You go there and it's a family environment, and we get there about I'd say 9:30 roughly, and then we only start training about 10, because that 30 minutes is just to chop it up and Austin tell you, some life stories, good things that you need to hear before you go into that ring.
Yeah, I know that Austin and I have many conversations, and I actually got a nice picture of him back here behind me. But yeah, we talk about those things where it's more than just wrestling. And I know we're talking about the college and not so necessarily promoting it, so to speak. And we're going to have Austin on a second segment of this, by the way, to talk a little bit about you. But yeah, we talk about that life things that, more than just wrestling, the life skills that you have to do in this type of business. Correct?
Correct.
Mike, what do you think on that?
I think, it's very wise and very smart, when you have Austin, who had, 40 plus years of experience in pro wrestling, to say, hey, this is what you need to do to be able to survive in your life. You see a lot of guys out there who are still wrestling because they have to pay the bills. And Austin is looking to set up his students to not have to do that, to want to continue to do it if they want to do it, but to be able to save some money, put some things away, have a backup plan, because you just never know when an injury can pop up or something. So I just think that, and that's really what makes it that Universal Wrestling College rather than a wrestling school just on its own.
Correct. I know for me, Lil M, you're not new to me. I mean, I've been talking about you with Austin for well over a year now. But for me, and I'll tell you how this all came about. Your last promo, I thought was so good. And I told Austin, I said, Austin, I don't know. I think that sometimes this is your school, your college, your student. But as an outsider looking in, it's amazing to me that this guy has not been picked up on whatever conglomerate of wrestling you want to put him in. But your promo was so good, Lil M, and I'm not just, blowing smoke up your ass. I think that the reality is not everybody can do that, number one. And number two, we already know, I mean, I've been watching you, the way you move in the ring. I can certainly see some influences. There's a picture where, we got Halloween coming up, and the picture of you was a Rey Mysterio in your Halloween outfit as a young kid. But I can see some Eddie Guerrero, some Rey Mysterio. Talk about your influences in professional wrestling.
So, when I first started watching, there was always one guy that I just couldn't stray away from. And, I got the fishnets on, I got my long hair, Jeff Hardy was that one guy that, you can just latch onto and be like, that is my superhero. And, ever since I started this journey, ever since I started taking my first bumps in the ring, I wanted to do everything he did. And, I don't want to rip him off. I don't want to be Jeff Hardy too. However, Jeff Hardy had all those things back then that people could just look at and be like, man, I want to be like that guy. And, that's why I jump off the top rope like I do.
Absolutely. Jeff and Matt, they're from North Carolina and I'm in Raleigh. So, yeah, we get to see the Hardys a lot down here. Mike, what's your thoughts on that?
I think it's great, to be able to take somebody that was successful and be able to incorporate some of their style and then bring your own style into it. Like Little M said, you take the skills that you've been, homing and working on, and it's great to have an influence. Jeff Hardy and the Hardy Boys have been very successful and still successful to this day. So I think that's wonderful to be able to take the best, leave the rest, and then work in your own things in there to create your own identity. So that's wonderful.
All right, Little M, you have a little moniker which I love, which I only heard it maybe once, and I would say definitely something you probably could use in the future more of, and that is that believe in M. Believe in M. What tell us about believe in M? I think it's fantastic.
Well, whenever people watch professional wrestling, you always have to have someone that you believe in. You have to have that baby face to where you say, he's going to get it done, man. I don't care all the odds they stack against him. I don't care. I believe in that guy. And, we're always sitting there. And that was very, very early whenever I started saying that. But I remember saying that because whenever people would watch these promos, I know I wasn't the biggest guy. I know I wasn't the most flashy guy. But I wanted you to know that I'm going to be someone that you are going to believe in. No matter what I look like, no matter what I say, when I get in that ring, you're going to believe in me. And that's why you believe in him.
That stick-to-itness, where does that come from, Lil M?
This is plan A, and I don't have a plan B. You see, anyone would ask me, what are you doing with your life? I'm going to be a professional wrestler. And they're like, okay, what if that doesn't work? It's going to work. And I don't want to think about if it doesn't, what happens if it doesn't, a plan B. This is my plan A. This is my plan B, C, D. It doesn't matter. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I love that. And I think that needs to be maybe promoted and pushed a little more. But, I believe in you. And I don't think that we would put our name on someone if we didn't. Would you agree with that, Mike?
I
Oh,
appreciate that, guys.
absolutely. It's great again to see folks coming up and following their dreams and doing something great. And so, yeah, we have that belief, and we want to be attached to who we feel are the best out there and the up and comers and those who are going to make a big impact. And so, yeah, it's nice to be able to do that.
Little M, anything that you want to brag upon your coach, Austin Idol? We'll give you that little platform now.
Oh man, what can I say about my coach, man? Well, I'll tell you, he'll teach you anything that you want to know, but you have to listen. Austin, he has the tools and the tricks and the trades to everything that you need to have to be successful in this business. You just got to listen. All you got to do is open your ears, listen to that guy talk, and you'll get some information. I promise you that. He says a lot of things, but those a lot of things really help. I'll say that.
Yeah, I will tell you, I love the plan A and no plan B. I think there's so many, I'm a marketing guy, marketing degree, and have pushed that for many, many years now. And I mean, there's so many things here that you're putting that package together, and I think it's fantastic. Mike, any lasting words here?
No, we're just excited to see where you go and what you do. And, you're going to be able to follow along with Lil M here on Wrestler Weekly a little bit going forward. And, we hope that the fans will enjoy that journey as much as we are.
Yeah, Lil M, thank you so much for joining us. And for fans, I will tell you, look for more of Lil M along the way here at Wrestler Weekly. You can follow us on all of our socials. TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Did I miss any, Mike? We're all over the place.
We're even on Threads now, right?
We're on Threads. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. And don't forget to pick up our book, Family Bacon Wrestling, on Amazon, as well as the new book coming out soon, Belt versus Belt. So thanks, Mike, for joining me and Lil M. Much love to you, the prodigy of professional wrestling. Catch Lil M at an arena near you.
Thank you, guys.
And you'll see a picture of Austin Idol beside it. This is my interview. I'm the man who made Atlanta, Georgia what it is today. Check the record books. Everything will tell you right now, brothers. Austin Idol, I'm a man. B.M. All Jackson, and I'm a man who got things cooking here in Georgia, Jack.
Well, he's certainly not lacking in self-confidence and self-esteem, Mr. Hayes.
Hey, look. You let me tell you.
Hey y'all, what does Baby Doll do when she needs to check the facts? I go to Wrestler Weekly, the history channel of professional wrestling.